So, Saturday Night Live movies.
Yes.
Let's talk Wayne's World. I know, you were over here, and you were you even did, the commercials at the beginning of the movie when Rob Lowe was watching TV with Ione Skye.
I've watched that movie so many I think the first time I watched it, I was 7 or 8 or something, and my dad showed it to me. He's like, I shouldn't be showing you guys this movie. But, and then I had a VHS copy when I was in Okinawa. And we didn't have very many movies at the point, because we just moved out there. So we had maybe 10 movies that we watched over and over again.
Yeah.
And that was one of them. And so it got to the point where I could recite the entire movie, even the commercials. 2 for you, because 1 won't do.
I fell in love with Wayne's World too, and I had a couple of friends, and we would do our own versions of Wayne's World. So it was Caleb's World and Shane's World, and they would never let me do Alec's World, and they'd always make me be the guy that had to have the haircut sucking and everything, and it'd be like,
oh man.
And we didn't come up with our own episodes. We would just copy that scene, and when I finally got to do Alec's World, they just made faces the whole time.
Wayne's World 2, I mean, that movie too is awesome.
Yeah.
It's not...
It has a weird naked Indian in it. I mean, how can you go wrong with a weird naked Indian?
Yeah. It's not critically lauded the way the first one was.
No.
But...
And I kind of have a soft spot for Blues Brothers 2000 as well.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Blues Brothers. Blues Brothers is just a smash-up of so many different things. I mean, you've got it's musical, then you have it's a car chase movie, and then it's slapstick comedy, and somehow it all works.
It's been so long since I've seen it. I don't even know if I've seen it all the way through. I've seen most of when I've seen it has been on TV.
Right.
And it's always started or somewhere in the middle. What else is there? You like Coneheads.
I do kind of like Coneheads.
And that movie did nothing. It was just...
I don't know, it's kind of sweet, and it's kind of more of a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And you have Dan Aykroyd as the, I forget his name, as the Papa Conehead.
Yeah.
And him singing Tainted Love as a Conehead is just freaking priceless.
Sometimes I feel I want to run away. I want to get away from the pain.
It's a song. Big hit on Earth.
It's been many years since I see it. I mean, my impression of it was funny for, it definitely has its moments.
Yeah.
But it just, it kind of turned into the same joke over.
Right. And that's kind of the problem with all these Saturday Night Live movies is, it's the same joke in A Night at the Roxbury. It's the same joke in Superstar. It's the same joke in Ladies Man. But if you like that same joke, you're okay with it.
It's sustainable in a 5-minute sketch.
Right. And you can't really make it work for, let's face it, these movies usually don't even clock in at 90 minutes.
Right. But, with Wayne's World, they somehow managed to latch onto a story.
Yeah.
It just worked. And same thing with Blues Brothers.
Yeah. I think it's because they did, kind of break the characters out of just their little mold. And maybe it's because, Jake and Elwood and Wayne and Garth are characters that you can actually do things with. They already had some kind of backstory with those characters. There was no backstory for the Roxbury guys. They were just guys that headbanged.
Right, yeah.
But I think we're both fond of A Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, I love that movie.
As a guilty pleasure.
It's a dumb movie, but dumb movies are okay.
And it had the gratuitous Jerry Maguire parody and...
Yep.
and there's no way you can justify it as being a good movie, but it's kind of how I even like Ladies Man, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I didn't see Ladies Man.
Ladies Man is kind of funny because the whole premise of Ladies Man is that he's had so many exploits with all these different women of married men that they have a society led by Will Ferrell trying to get the Ladies Man. And all Will Ferrell wants to do is Greco-Roman wrestle him. That's his revenge. Is to Greco-Roman wrestle the Ladies Man.
Awesome. Oh, man.
I think I managed to try watching a few minutes of It's Pat, and then I was like, this wasn't even funny as a sketch. Like, how did this even become a movie? Yeah, they did.
That's unfortunate.
I did like Superstar. I know you're not that's like the one character you like.
That's the one Molly Shannon character I like, and that was a cute movie.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And it also had Tom Green without a beard.
Yeah.
Which was just weird.
That is a little disturbing.
Because the funny thing about that movie was they were all supposed to be high schoolers, and they totally cast, like, people in their 30s.
Yeah, Will Ferrell was, like, the oldest jock ever.
Yeah. And I think the grandmother in that was played by, like, the mother in the Mary Poppins.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I just remember, like, oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, they're not great movies, but I kind of have a soft spot for them. What can I say?